The internet is combusting in real time because Chrisean Rock broke her silence with a confession so explosive it makes the Kardashians look like background actors in a documentary about behaving. This wasn't a soft reveal, a gentle whisper, or a cute little "let me explain." No, this was a verbal nuke dropped straight onto Blueface and Nevaeh's entire storyline, shattering timelines, frying group chats, and sending every gossip page into cardiac arrest. The moment she opened her mouth, you could practically hear the algorithm sprinting to push the scandal to every phone on the planet. Because Chrisean didn't just talk, she unleashed. She exposed details nobody saw coming, hinted at secrets darker than Zeus network lighting, and dragged Blueface and Nevaeh into the spotlight like she was delivering evidence in the court of public chaos. Every sentence was a punch, every word a warning, every pause a dramatic cliffhanger more addictive than caffeine at 3 a.m. And as she kept spilling, the internet lost its collective sanity. Fans froze. Haters woke up from naps they weren't even taking. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds. Even celebrities lurked, like nosy neighbors peeking through blinds. If you thought the Blueface Nevaeh storyline was already messy, buckle up. Chrisean just unlocked a level of truth so shocking the internet might not recover. This is only the beginning. From the moment Chrisean Rock decided she was done staying quiet, the entire internet shifted like someone kicked the foundation of reality TV and said, "Let's make this interesting." Her voice didn't tremble, hesitate, or tiptoe. It dropped into the world like a warning siren, loud, sharp, and disrespectfully honest. People instantly stopped scrolling, froze mid-bite, and stared at their screens like they'd accidentally opened classified government files. Because this wasn't just a reveal. This was Chrisean. And when Chrisean speaks, the culture pauses. She started by laying out the chaos with the confidence of someone who's been holding on to screenshots, memories, and emotional bruises like collectibles. She explained the tension building between her Blueface and Nevaeh. Not like gossip, but like a timeline of betrayal written by someone who lived through every messy episode firsthand. Her tone said she wasn't telling a story. She was exposing a documentary the world didn't know existed. Fans leaned in, jaws dropped, minds racing. Even people who didn't know the backstory were suddenly invested, like they'd been following the saga for years. Then she dropped the first bomb, and it detonated instantly. She hinted that Nevaeh's involvement with Blueface wasn't just a rumor, wasn't just a maybe, wasn't just online speculation. It was deeper, messier, and more calculated than anyone realized. She talked about late-night messages, suspicious timing, shady interactions, and moments that didn't add up until now. The internet erupted like a volcano dipped in gasoline. People were tagging friends, stitching clips, typing essays, and refreshing for updates like their Wi-Fi owed them answers. Chrisean wasn't just revealing truth. She was rewriting the storyline fans thought they understood. Meanwhile, Blueface's name started trending at record speed. Not because he said anything, but because he didn't. Silence from Blueface is louder than any diss track he's ever released, and the world knew it. His quiet made the situation feel real, raw, and dangerous. People began asking questions. Did he know Chrisean was about to spill? Was he hiding? Was he rehearsing a denial? Or was he somewhere realizing this storm wasn't one he could charm his way out of? Either way, his silence only added weight to Chrisean's words. But the moment that truly sent shockwaves wasn't the reveal itself. It was the emotion behind it. Chrisean wasn't angry just to be angry. She wasn't petty just for entertainment. She sounded hurt, tired, betrayed, like someone who finally reached the emotional cliff she'd been pushed toward for months. Her voice carried the exhaustion of fights, broken promises, and behind-the-scenes chaos nobody online had ever seen. That rawness made the internet listen differently. It wasn't drama anymore. It was confession, collapse, and clarity blended into one giant explosion. Nevaeh's name took over the timeline next. People combed through her past photos, captions, comments, and old lives like digital detectives. Theories sprouted instantly, mutating into full-blown crime boards with arrows. Dates, circled screenshots, and wild predictions. Some fans swore this explained everything. Others insisted more secrets were coming. And a loud minority said they always felt weird energy around Nevaeh, even though none of them had mentioned that. Before this moment, the internet suddenly became a community of psychic geniuses who knew it all along. Chrisean continued talking, each sentence making the story more tangled and fascinating than the last. She exposed details that painted a picture of Blueface navigating relationships. Like a man driving blindfolded through a maze, she revealed patterns that made fans whisper, "Wait, this makes too much sense." She hinted at private arguments, emotional manipulation, and moments where she realized she wasn't fighting with a person. She was fighting with a storyline that kept expanding behind her back. The audience wasn't just listening. They were drowning in the chaos. Blueface's older drama resurfaced like ghosts crawling out of digital graves. People brought up past scandals, past baby mamas, past clapbacks, past accusations. Fans joked that Blueface's timeline needs a full-time historian just to keep the record straight. Some even claimed this was karma, arriving late but arriving loud. It turned into a cultural recalibration where the internet collectively reassessed everything they ever believed about the Blueface universe. And then Chrisean said the line that cracked the internet in half. She said she wasn't shocked, she was disappointed. That word carried more weight than any insult. It suggested she expected better, deserved better, demanded better. And the internet, loving poetic pain more than oxygen, ran with it. Not shocked, just disappointed became the quote of the hour. Slapped across edits, fan cams, TikTok reels, and memes like it was the new national anthem of betrayal. Nevaeh's response, or lack thereof, only added more fuel. She didn't deny. She didn't explain. She didn't clarify. She did what every guilty-sounding celebrity does. Posted unrelated pictures like nothing happened. Selfies, quotes, and quiet little posts that screamed, "Please stop paying attention to me." But the internet wasn't letting go. People were analyzing her eyelashes like they held clues to the scandal. They zoomed in on backgrounds. They refreshed her page. They compared timestamps. It was a digital witch hunt powered by outrage and curiosity. Chrisean's confession kept unraveling, each revelation dropping with the intensity of someone who'd reached the point of no return. She talked about how she found out, the moment it clicked, the signs she ignored, and the emotional chaos that followed. She said she protected people who wouldn't spit on her if she was on fire. She said loyalty was her biggest flaw. She said she kept things quiet to avoid looking crazy, only to end up looking crazier because she stayed silent too long. That honesty hit people in their souls. By now, this scandal wasn't just about Blueface or Nevaeh. It was about betrayal, ego, validation, and the emotional warfare that happens behind curated Instagram feeds and perfect selfies. People who didn't even care about these celebrities suddenly felt personally attacked. Everyone projected their own heartbreak into the situation, turning the reveal into a communal, emotional meltdown. And yet, Chrisean still wasn't done. She hinted that the truth she exposed is only one part of the story, and the rest was way worse. The internet collectively choked. Because when someone like Chrisean says there's more, the iceberg is bigger under the water. The explosion from Chrisean's reveal hadn't even cooled before the internet turned into a global investigation unit. Every platform became a battleground of emotions, jokes, outrage, and popcorn-eating spectators yelling, "I knew IT!" like they were extras in a drama they absolutely were not part of. TikTok detectives started stitching videos with red markers and dramatic music, acting like they cracked the Da Vinci Code. Twitter turned into a riot. Instagram ran out of meme templates. And YouTube commentators scrambled to upload before someone else stole their title. The mess spread so fast, even the Wi-Fi needed a break. Celebrities started chiming in too. Because celebrity drama is like gravity. Nobody escapes it. Influencers who hadn't posted in a year suddenly became relationship experts. Rappers dropped cryptic tweets like they were writing prophecy scrolls. Reality stars posted shady quotes like, "Truth always comes out," pretending it wasn't obviously about Blueface. Even one washed-up artist tried to use the moment to revive their career, saying, "This is why loyalty matters," which made the internet collectively respond, "Sir, who invited you?" It became a circus, and everyone wanted a front row seat, even if they had to elbow their way into relevance. But the memes, oh, they were ruthless. People edited Blueface into scenes from Maury, Jerry Springer, and every betrayal movie known to humanity. Edits of Chrisean exposing him were synced to dramatic opera music. Nevaeh got photoshopped into villain characters with glowing red eyes. Someone even made a Blueface cheat sheet, a timeline of every questionable moment in his career. It's color-coded like a college study guide. You would think people were cramming for an exam titled How to Survive Blueface Drama 101. Survive Blueface Drama 101. The internet doesn't heal, it mocks. Nevaeh's silence became part of the entertainment. Fans expected her to clap back, cry, deny, defend anything. But she posted nothing except random selfies and a motivational quote that said, "Protect your peace." The internet laughed so hard the comments section practically combusted, because the only thing Nevaeh was protecting in that moment was her phone battery. Her refusal to address the scandal felt suspicious, calculated, and chaotic. People said she was moving like a side character trying to avoid the camera crew. Others said she was guilty and didn't know how to lie convincingly. Either way, her silence made the storm louder. And Blueface. He reacted like the king of deflection he is, with jokes, trolling, and half-hearted attempts at pretending he didn't care. He posted shady memes, laughed on live, and brushed off the accusations in the most unserious tone possible. But the internet wasn't buying it. People said he was deflecting like a politician at a press conference. Even the comments dragged him, saying, laughing through the pain, "We see it, 'cause nothing screams guilty like pretending nothing is wrong while a digital inferno burns behind you." As the chaos grew, new details started leaking, not from Chrisean, not from Nevaeh, but from random sources close to the situation. Suddenly, everyone had inside information. Stylists claiming they overheard conversations. Cousins who swore they saw DMs, friends of friends leaking audio. Half of it was probably fake, but that didn't stop the internet from treating it like scripture. People love drama so much they'll believe a voice note recorded in a bathroom if it sounds spicy enough. The wildest twist came when old videos resurfaced. People pulled up clips of Blueface and Nevaeh interacting in ways that suddenly looked suspicious. Side glances, awkward laughs, weird touches, everything was reinterpreted like a conspiracy documentary. TikTokers added dramatic narration, slowing down footage to prove chemistry that might not have been there. But by the time the edits went viral, nobody knew what was real and what was fan fiction. The internet had taken a small scandal and expanded it into a Netflix franchise. Chrisean supporters attacked the timeline like loyal soldiers. They defended her, celebrated her, and hyped her up like she just won a championship belt. Meanwhile, Blueface's fans scrambled to explain everything, turning into amateur lawyers trying to prove reasonable doubt. Nevaeh's fans, yes, she magically gained fans overnight, claimed Chrisean was just jealous. And the neutral spectators? They were there for the entertainment, typing, "This is better than TV," every 5 minutes. But then Chrisean dropped another layer of truth, and the internet gasped so loud you could hear it through the screen. She revealed that the connection between Blueface and Nevaeh wasn't just sneaky. It crossed boundaries she had explicitly set. She described moments where her instincts told her something was off, where she confronted him and felt brushed aside, where the truth peeked out but she silenced herself to save face. The pain in her voice hit differently. It wasn't rage, it was betrayal dressed in exhaustion. That confession changed everything. Suddenly, the jokes slowed. The memes paused. The commentary shifted from entertainment to empathy. People began realizing that beneath all the chaos was a woman who had been manipulated, blindsided, and left to pick up the pieces alone. Her tears weren't dramatic embellishment. They were emotional receipts. And that's when the internet turned fully against Blueface, not because he cheated, because he disrespected her humanity. The situation didn't stop escalating. More people came forward with alleged messages between Blueface and Nevaeh. Old live streams resurfaced where Blueface made strange references that now made horrifying sense. Fans pieced together timelines like they were solving a mystery. Even unrelated drama got dragged into the mix. Ex's old flames. Former friends, everyone who had ever been part of Blueface's orbit suddenly became relevant. Again, Nevaeh eventually cracked under the pressure and posted a short, vague response saying a lot of things are being twisted. The internet collectively laughed, replying, "Girl, WHAT exactly is being twisted." Her attempt at damage control only made the flames hotter. Because when your silence is already suspicious, a half-baked denial feels like a confession inside a bad disguise. And then came the bombshell. A leaked message claiming Nevaeh admitted Blueface crossed lines he never should have. Nobody knew if it was real or edited, but that didn't matter. In the age of viral chaos, perception becomes reality long before facts show up. The leak went viral, stole headlines, and cemented the narrative. Blueface had betrayed Chrisean emotionally, publicly, and repeatedly, and Nevaeh wasn't innocent in the storyline either. By the end of the day, the scandal wasn't just trending, it was dominating the culture. Influencers made full documentaries. Editors made fan cams. Narrators made podcasts, and fans made merch. Drama pages refreshed their feeds every 2 minutes, like they were monitoring weather radar for upcoming storms. The aftermath didn't just hit. It erupted like a volcano that had been simmering for years, finally blowing a hole through the internet's sanity. By the next morning, the entire Blueface Nevaeh Chrisean triangle had mutated into a full-blown cultural meltdown. Every blog, every shade room, every gossip page, every TikTok creator, it's great. Every YouTube commentator was scrambling for angles, updates, screenshots, and theories. It felt less like a scandal and more like a national emergency that required emotional evacuation. Chrisean hadn't just exposed a truth, she'd triggered the digital equivalent of an earthquake with a 10.0 emotional magnitude. Blueface woke up to an internet wildfire that made all his previous scandals look like warm-up rounds. It wasn't just fans clowning him anymore, it was entire communities uniting like a global Avengers team, dedicated to dragging him. The comment sections under his posts turned into war zones full of paragraph warriors, essay fighters, and meme snipers. People compared him to every toxic movie boyfriend Hollywood ever created. Others said he treats loyalty the same way toddlers treat crayons, careless and destructive. His attempts to joke through the backlash only made things worse. Because nothing screams guilt like trying to be funny while the world screams at you, Nevaeh, on the other hand, became the internet's favorite mystery villain. Not because she wanted to be, but because silence makes people imagine things 10 times worse. Her followers demanded explanations she couldn't give without making everything worse. Every new picture she posted got reverse searched, like people were looking for clues in the background. Even her emojis were being analyzed like government codes. She tried posting inspirational quotes, but the internet treated them like confessions. Her attempt to act unaffected only made her look guilty. And the more she stayed quiet, the louder the storm became. Meanwhile, Chrisean transformed into the unexpected protagonist of a story the internet didn't even realize it needed. She wasn't crying on live. She wasn't spiraling. She wasn't begging for sympathy. She was standing tall, raw, unapologetic, and painfully honest. That vulnerability made her relatable in a way fans didn't see coming. Suddenly, people weren't laughing at her. They were defending her, hyping her, echoing her words like gospel. Edits of her speaking went viral with captions like, "Protect her. She deserved better." And this is what strength looks like. For the first time in a long time, the internet united behind Chrisean, like she was a phoenix rising from all the drama. Blueface kept throwing at her, but the consequences didn't stop at social media. Rumors began swirling about business deals collapsing. One sponsor allegedly paused negotiations with Blueface. A music collaborator unfollowed him quietly, knowing the internet would notice. Podcasts debated whether his career took a permanent hit. Even club promoters who usually jump at Blueface bookings started asking if the chaos would affect turnout. When your scandal starts affecting your bag, that's when you know the internet has turned against you for real. The emotional fallout hit even harder. Clips resurfaced of Chrisean supporting Blueface through rough moments. And fans used them as evidence that she was loyal beyond reason. People commented, she was there for him when nobody else was, and this man fumbled love like it was a football. Discussions popped up about trauma bonding, heartbreak cycles, toxic loyalty, and how people in messy relationships end up carrying pain like hidden luggage. The scandal became bigger than the people involved. It became a reflection of modern relationships, stretched to their breaking point. Then came the music industry whispers. Producers hinted Blueface might drop a diss track to save face. Fans begged Chrisean to record a response song. The internet imagined a rap battle of petty heartbreak and toxic lyrics. Some predicted Nevaeh might even jump into the studio with a truth anthem. People joked that the drama was so intense it needed a soundtrack, and honestly, they weren't wrong. If this storyline had a playlist, it would top charts without trying. But the real chaos came when new leaks surfaced, not of messages, but of people close to the situation speaking out anonymously. They claimed Blueface and Nevaeh had been closer than fans knew. They suggested emotional entanglement. They hinted at nights out, secret conversations, and moments that blurred lines in ways both painful and predictable. None of it was confirmed, but the internet didn't need. Confirmation. All it needed was entertainment wrapped in mystery. As the storm grew, something else shifted. Chrisean became more self-aware. She started talking about healing boundaries, self-respect, and recognizing manipulation even when it comes wrapped in love. Fans felt that evolution. They said she deserved softness, peace, and someone who lifts her instead of dragging her into trenches. The love, validation, support made her glow differently. And the internet couldn't get enough of it. Blueface watched his reputation crumble in real time. His excuses weren't landing. His trolling wasn't funny anymore. His bravado looked flimsy under scrutiny. Every joke he posted was met with comments saying she was loyal. You weren't. The world wasn't laughing with him anymore, it was laughing at him. The shift was brutal, but deserved. According to the mass public, Nevaeh finally tried addressing the situation, but it was too little, too late. The internet didn't want half-truths. It wanted accountability, clarity, explanation, none of which she provided. Her vague responses only deepened suspicion. The "I'm not going to argue online" energy didn't work when the internet already turned her into a character in a villain origin story. What made the scandal legendary wasn't the betrayal itself, it was the way it rewrote the dynamic between all three. Chrisean's power rose. Blueface's ego cracked. Nevaeh's mask slipped. And the internet documented every second like paparazzi with unlimited memory cards. But the most shocking part? Chrisean said she still hadn't exposed everything. She said the truth people think is big is nothing compared to what she could say. She hinted more drama exists, deeper betrayal, darker moments, heavier receipts. And that's when the internet's heart rate spiked again. Because if this was the reveal, what's still hiding in the shadows? What hasn't she said? What's coming next? One thing was crystal clear. This scandal wasn't ending. It was evolving into something even more explosive. And the world wasn't ready. And if you made it through this emotional demolition derby without throwing your phone, pacing across your room, or yelling "ain't nitrogen monoxide way," then congratulations, you're officially built for the level of chaos we cover on this channel. Because what Chrisean just unloaded wasn't gossip, wasn't drama, wasn't tea. It was a full-blown nuclear blast dropped straight onto the Blueface Nevaeh universe. And somehow the internet is still trying to recover. And believe me, This is nowhere near the end. Chrisean hinted there's more, deeper truths, darker moments, messier evidence. And around here, we stay strapped in for every explosion. So before the next shockwave hits, harder than karma with steel boots on, go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you rent. Borrowed your charger and ate your leftovers. Don't tap it lightly, absolutely body slam the subscribe button, because the next meltdown, confession, fight, leak, or digital disaster always drops here first. This channel doesn't wait for official statements. We break the chaos before their PR teams even finish their morning coffee. Now hit the comments and go wild. Tell me whose side you're on. Tell me what you think Blueface is hiding. Tell me what Nevaeh's silence really means. Tell me what secret you think Chrisean is saving for round 2. I read everything, even the unhinged 3 a.m. messages typed with shaky thumbs and drained batteries. Your comments fuel this madness, and the algorithm loves when you lose your mind down there. This is Secret Scoop, where truth is messy. Scandals are loud, and receipts hit harder than heartbreak. Stay tuned. Stay chaotic. Stay nosy. Stay nosy.